What's going on, everybody? We are live in Daytona, coming at you live from the skybox here at the racetrack. So last night we had, of course, the ClearCryptos car running. You're going to hear from the man who was inside that car in a little bit. But real quick, as we kick things off, we're going to shoot it over to Nick and Aaron to talk a little bit about their experiences that they had last night. We're back here again for another race. So an amazing time. But without further ado, let's kick it back over to the
I'm Crypto Nico, and this is Aaron Luckside Crypto, and we're here at the Skybox in Daytona at the raceway here. Amazing situation that happened yesterday. This has been by far the most humbling experience that I've ever experienced. The team here has been super awesome and helpful. Really future. But before I do, go ahead and you can introduce yourself there, Aaron.
Yeah, obviously Luckside here as always. This has been an awesome experience. I, for one, have never, been to a NASCAR race, let alone watched the whole race on TV. And this has been, life-changing. It's been amazing. I mean, we've gotten to experience some things that, a lot of people have never been able to do, up here in the box, down in the pit. I mean, 5 feet from the track down there, you can smell the tires.
Oh my gosh. It is such a pronounced scent. It's something that you could never experience or even explain. Even if you were to go, like, say, in a regular kind of mechanic shop, you wouldn't even understand what those tires would even smell like down there, right? So yeah, yesterday was a very unique experience. And even for me, I've never really been into the whole NASCAR scene or whatnot. And I've saw the movies with Will Ferrell and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I want to go fast.
Shake and bake. I thought that was really, it just kind of brought me back to that. And then my son, who often watches, Lightning McQueen. Just little things that kind of I picked up in movies, but just to really come here and see it for myself and to be here alongside the ClearCryptos team, it really brought it to life. And it kind of gave me that, wow, this is so real. There's so many moving parts in this whole situation. So I was really excited to even go down in that pit and even almost get hit by the car.
Well, I guess, let me ask you this. What was one of the coolest experiences for you this weekend so far?
So that was it. So I don't know if you recall, and you guys probably see on the Clear Crypto Twitter, that what we did was we were down there and we were actually recording and testing this live streaming kind of stuff out prior to us doing this today. So what I did was I was recording when Caesar had come to the pit the first time, because I never seen that before. It was just so new to me. And as I had my phone out, he was coming in, and another car hit him, and he spun, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is adrenaline was pumping. It was out of this world. And that really made it so real to me. And the crowd was going nuts, and then Caesar spun out, and he just bolted right out of there.
He did.
And then of course that's when you smelled the tire. And then I looked at you, and I was like, what just happened? I didn't know this was so crazy. But it certainly gives you a new respect for the sport. Many people think, oh, he's a race car driver. He's so, it's very safe. I mean, sure, there's a lot of safe things in there, but I mean, if you really take the moment to understand what exactly is going on down there, you see car pileups. And again, it gives you really that new respect once you're actually here to the race car drivers, to the people, to the crews. I mean, down to even that. I know we went down there the other day, and we've experienced getting up in that box.
Yeah.
Remember, we put those headphones on. So do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that was one of the most profound things for me, was being able to actually get the headphones on and listen to what the crew is saying and all the information that's being relayed. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought they just pulled in there. Oh yeah, just throw some tires on, put some fuel in, away they go. There is a lot more to it. I mean, they're getting constant communication throughout the race, and I mean, some of it sounds like, garble. We don't understand the lingo, but it was really cool to see that side of it. And again, it gives you a really new respect for, everybody on the team, not just the driver, but for, the pit boss, the crew that's doing the entire, the changeovers and everything. I mean, It was a cool experience.
Yeah. So speaking in terms of the headsets, you know, we were down there and we were hearing the chatter, and there were like some things, like you said, like there's some jargon that people were utilizing as they were, you know, racing or whatnot. And one of the things with the pit boss, we were kind of talking about it. We're like, man, he sounded pretty frustrated. He's like, Caesar, don't peel out of here. Don't peel out of here. You're gonna spin the tires because you're gonna mess with the tires. And it kind of showed, like, even to that point, they're so particular in the smallest little details. One of the things of which, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but there was a guy with a blow dryer kind of thing going on within the pit,
right?
Just so he can clear like gravel or sand or whatever grass, so to speak, right? That would come off of the vehicles, because it would, even that small little bit would even create that much of a difference.
Right.
It's so particular. I was mind blown.
I think one of the coolest things was actually seeing them getting to fix some of the body damage. I didn't realize that they could just, you know, throw a thing over there and whoop, there you go.
Speaking of, did you see the first time when they did that? Like there was like the tape that kind of got ripped off a little bit. But I mean, that was no fault to anyone.
No.
But the thing is that it just shows the power of these vehicles.
Yes.
Now, let's put in transition from the pit crew to the overall experience of NASCAR, right? Now, again, this is our first time being like in a skybox, so to speak, right? ClearCryptos has, afforded us the opportunity to be here in such a great setting, great food, great people that are around. I mean, we've met a lot of really great individuals. However, the actual, like, the feel of the cars as they raced by, you heard the sound of the engines, you saw the speed, you felt the wind, the drag of every single car. That in its own was an experience.
Yes, it's a lot different than what you see on TV, that's for sure. I mean, you wouldn't. It's loud. It's very loud, and you know it's crazy because you can even hear them coming off the far turn. You're like, oh, that's when I got to get ready to see them come by, and yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
that's a one word I would use to describe it, is amazing.
Yes, indeed. And that goes back to what ClearCrypto is, right? I've seen a lot of different projects out there that do a lot of different things, right? You and I have been in the space for quite some time, and we've seen things. The chatter in this particular area is just a little bit different than what we're used to, at least from my experience. And as I spoke to many other of our influencers, we've seen that, you know what, there is a different kind of feel here. Okay, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to look at everybody here. I'm sure they can agree with me that ClearCryptos is just a different kind of animal. I've seen projects coming from Joe Schmo who, wrote some code in the basement, thought he can put something together, and it really didn't work out too much. Maybe he made a couple of bucks or whatnot, but this is like literally something enterprise level. And I can see the overall team that's behind, all of this development, down to the influencers, all the way up to the business people making the big decisions. What is your experience with that?
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it. ClearCryptos' vision is huge. I mean, it's going to be obviously game changing for the industry. And what's so refreshing and reassuring is that everyone that's involved with ClearCryptos has the same vision.
Yeah,
everyone here, myself, you, the other, content creators, the people that work on the back end to help get content to you every day, the people that just handle the day-to-day logistics. The vision is clear, and everyone, is a team player, and they work so hard to, make this all possible, make it happen. Not always flawlessly, but obviously we have.
Well, it's crypto, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
But it's really cool to see a team that hasn't been together as long as we have. Obviously, ClearCryptos been in been in what's the word?
Development.
Yeah, development. Been in development for several years now.
Sure.
So to have part of the team that hasn't been together that long, to see us gel so well and to be so collaborative and be able to work together so easily, it's awesome. It's reassuring, and it gives us a good picture of what's to come.
Dude, let me tell you, you hit the nail on the head when you said, you know what, we're kind of like gel, we're synergized.
Yes.
Because a lot of us seen, crypto has a lot of quirks. It has a lot of kinks. Just a lot of things are just off in crypto at times, right?
Sure.
And ClearCryptos, with its culture, is right now looking to tackle that. Okay, we're looking to tackle the new market, the new investor. We want to make sure everyone who is a new investor has a clear, pun intended, a clear space to essentially function in crypto. And the conversations around here has always been the same. And, you know, whether it be online and now even in person. And I can tell you, you know, as we're speaking here, many of the people here are very, very particular in being that clear sense for crypto, making sure that we are, you know, 110%, you know, for the new investor, making it a safe space, educating the people that need to be educated, and really breeding this new kind of investor that will certainly give, you know, crypto a not only like, you know, a safe space, but a better kind of investor, right? We want to make sure that everyone has the key and the tools necessary to make the appropriate decisions to get cryptocurrency to where it needs to be, right? Because some of these investors could essentially, guess what? Build projects.
Sure.
They could go out there and conduct marketing and onboard more people. We want that message to be clear and to remain the same amongst everyone, kind of in a standard approach. And that's kind of how we're at right now with everyone, right? And it's really been echoed around here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I mean, you did such a good job, man. I don't really know what much else to say, but I mean, do you have anything else to add?
Well, actually, from what I'm hearing, we have Mr. Austin Hilton here. Wow. He's going to go ahead and take the reins on this.
Right. We're going to swap out.
Yes, we'll swap out.
Hello,
Thank you very much. And we will, I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. So first time I've been on camera with Adam is pretty cool. Got to actually meet him, work with him. So we're going to switch up a little bit. Adam and I are going to talk to you about kind of the overall state of the union of crypto, kind of what we're seeing. We all know that we had our good friend Chairman Powell go up and give his speech on Friday, and we had kind of the fallout from that. So Adam, what are your thoughts on kind of what's going on with the overall market? Bitcoin below 20,000, hitting what about 19,000, give or take? Ethereum, you think Ethereum's going to fall? What's your kind of 2 cents on what we see is going to happen in the market?
Well, I think right now, I think people are just kind of bracing on if it's going to go up or down. And it's very interesting that you said about the interview and the events that's happening. I think Ethereum could drop more before we start to see an increase. So for me, I'm just kind of watching the chart, doing my research. But in terms of Bitcoin, I could see Bitcoin dropping farther.
What are you thinking? Again, put you on the spot, right? What are you kind of thinking is the low there?
Could be 15,000.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking right now. So I was doing some chart analysis and I was doing some research early this morning. And then the wife woke me up with some beautiful French toast. Oh my goodness. Kind of threw me completely off with the syrup. You know, nice syrup, the good maple syrup. Anyway.
I didn't wake up in French toast.
It was French toast. I felt like a rooster. I was like, let's go. But anyway, before that, I was like in the zone and I was like, Bitcoin was going down. I was like, I think Bitcoin.
Now I'm thinking about his French toast.
Yeah,
man. That's all I would.
It was great. It was great eggs. I mean, anyway, like another story on ClearCryptos. We're here forever.
You see how he's just dragging us down that rabbit hole? Like, what's that all about? There's like 40 people over here, and everybody's cracking up now because we're talking about French toast. All right, sorry. Go ahead, man.
No problem. That's kind of part of my personality. But anyway. But I was doing some research and trying to analyze. I'm like, this is going to go to about 15,000. I think Ethereum, I think it was at 14.5 right now before I left because I saw it in my wallet. I'm like, this could get down to about $1,000. It could. It literally could. So, I mean, I've got my positions ready to go. I got certain positions I'm trying to hit, which is around that mark. And then that's what I'm basically, just educating other people who I think it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I know we got some other guys in the room like Hobbs and Justin Sills. I know that they're going to definitely have some opinions from a technical analysis perspective. I think kind of where I'm at is I'm looking, I agree with you. So I'm looking at down the stream, I'm looking at kind of the overall, if you kind of want to unpack what Powell said, and what I really got out of it was, again, quote, more pain to come.
Yes.
I really wasn't real happy that those were the exact words he used.
Yeah.
And there's a stat that I saw where, we've got inflation coming in at 8.5%. And there was a number where he said that they want to hit 2%. Mm-hmm. They want to get it from 8.5 to 2. And I don't think anybody's really talking about that. And the point of it is that is that if you look at crypto for 2022, what's been the main narrative? What's been the main theme? It's been inflation. Yep. I mean, yes, there's been the Russia-Ukraine war, but it's the fallout from inflation and the fear around that to me has been one of the main factors that's took crypto from 2 trillion market cap to 1 trillion.
Right.
And I think that's kind of so I think if you look down the road, I think we're looking at 7 to 8 months worth of interest rate hikes, inflation still being here. I mean, what are your what's your thoughts around some of that?
I tend to agree because I was looking at the numbers this morning in terms of inflation, and that's been the talk for this whole year basically.
Yeah, inflation,
interest rate, where we're going to go up, go down, are we going to pump a little bit? And we've got some meetings coming up in September, and so I'm basically going to be watching that very, very closely and what's going to happen in terms of if the rate's going to.
So, what do you think that September 2021 rate's going to be? You think it's going to be 75? You think it's going to be 50? You think it's going to be 100 basis points? If you had to throw the dart,
I don't want to say 100 basis points, but I'm hoping it's the 75. They basically kind of been playing around with the fact that it could go up higher based off news and events that's been happening. But I'm hoping it does not go 100. I'm saying it won't, but I won't be surprised if it does.
I think if we come in line at 75 basis points, I think that's built into the market.
Yes.
I think 100 is going to be the surprise number. That's going to be the shock number. Yes. And that's going to send the markets just off the proverbial train tracks. I don't know. Let's talk about like some of your other ones like Cardano or XRP, Shiba Inu. Pick your poison. What are some other ones that you're seeing there that you want to kind of talk about as far as opportunities or and again, hey, here's the thing, right?
Yes.
Market's down. This could be a time to be looking at not investing advice, right?
Yes.
This could be the time to buy. So what are your thoughts on some of that?
Yes. I'm bullish on Cardano, ADA, Polygon, Matic. I'm just waiting for a position that to go a little bit lower, which I think it will from what it is right now. XRP, I've been a fan of it for a long time. I actually got into XRP about 3 years ago, like 5 cents. I'm still holding that.
You're still holding that?
Still holding that.
So I gotta do a shout out off camera. Zach, I know you're big on Crow. What are we at on Crow? And you were thinking about buying some. What's that number? Zach's off camera. I'm calling everybody, man, and y'all better watch out. I might call your name. So what? Oh yeah, and we're gonna be showing Discord members maybe. But do you think Crow's a buy at this level? Not investing advice, right? What are we at?
12 cents. That's correct.
Yes. That's a great price. Yes, it is. Yeah, without financial advice. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yep. So there's a lot of good news coming out of crypto.com that, in terms of some of the partnerships that's been on the wrap. So 12 cents is
I'm switching. You bought XRP at 5 cents?
5 cents. I remember Cardano at 7 cents. Remember that?
I do. But I didn't buy it at 7 cents. I wish I had.
Hey, we need to do this more often.
I know. It's not bad, man. Yeah.
So, I was big on Cardano. I had good feelings about it. And I remember we were waiting on Coinbase. We were waiting on on Coinbase and all that kind of thing. But anyway, XRP, all of them, man. I think Polygon Matic's definitely got tremendous potential right now. I'm just waiting to go down just a little bit lower. I've been a big Matic fan, big XRP fan, Crow partnerships. Man, I'm excited about that. What do you think about Matic? Do you like Matic or Polygon?
It's funny. I like Matic. I don't follow Matic. I don't pay attention to Matic a lot. And but I get it. And it's not one that's really
right.
I'm almost like Polygon agnostic, right? I mean, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know enough about it to really get into it. I tend to, some that I talk a lot about on my channel. I tend to really like the protocols, like the blockchain. So, if you go down the list, obviously Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, although, we've had some, hiccups there, but, like Avalanche, Polkadot, Avalanche was one that I had a good time with for quite a while. I was reminded I bought it at 9 and sold it for, and it went up a little bit more from there. But that was one that I called early. Part of the reason I liked a lot of the protocols and blockchains back in the day was when this was last year, like when they would come out with an announcement that said, hey, like Avalanche is like, we've allocated $150 million to basically go and fund developers to come onto the project. Every time I saw an announcement come through like that about Avalanche or Phantom. Phantom was a big one. You know, I would
Underrated.
go, I'd be calling, you know, Zach or some of you guys, hey, they just made the announcement, they're doing this.
Gotta go.
Let's, you know, because again, that capital investment in the development of the, you know, to bring the development into the protocol,
Right.
I knew was going to ultimately push the price up. So
yeah, that's important because you're looking at protocol. I'm looking at systems. I'm looking at the news, and then I'm researching the things that they're looking at really, really closely.
Yep.
Especially when they build the blockchain. I'm like, okay, these actually coins or tokens can actually be on this anytime. So Avalanche, we need to have a conversation.
yeah, like I'm a big fan.
Yes.
I mean, to go back to Cardano though, I think we're about a 4-minute call, and then we're going to bring up just a little teaser. We're going to bring up Zach and a special guest after this.
Yes.
So I don't know how Zach got the special guest. maybe I need to talk to somebody in
Zach
charge.
Attack. My guy.
You know, technically I'm the more cool guy in the room. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
How did he get the
cool.
premium spot?
Premium.
Who do I lodge a complaint with? Because I want to do that. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm kidding. But I tend to want like those. So let's switch it up. Let's talk about metaverse. You got any metaverse plays you like right now? Just throwing you know.
I've been playing, you know, I know we talked about Shiba a little bit.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
You know, Shiba.
I've never heard of it. I don't know what the heck's that.
Yeah, I know. It's some dog. And
I've
he's
never
going up and down.
Some meme community coin thing, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I think they did. In terms of metaverse, there's a couple of plays. I'm really looking closer to what Shiba is going to do into that space because there's a tremendous potential what they can do.
I think here's what I would say. I mean, I think that Shiba Inu's metaverse play is going to be a big deal. But if I look at the entire metaverse space, to me, what I see is an extremely fragmented space. I.e., you know, everybody's got their metaverse.
Yeah.
And you know, you got Meta, you got just the list goes on and on.
Central Land,
and
Sandbox.
yeah, and I think ultimately there's going to be a lot of fallout's going to happen from that. And I think that battle is still yet to come from that standpoint. That's kind of how I feel about metaverse. I don't own metaverse land anywhere. Do you own any metaverse land?
I do. I'm a big fan of Decentraland.
So
and
you've bought land
I'm a
in
Decentraland guy.
Okay.
Yes. That's actually on the wraps. I probably need to talk about that.
All right. What did you think when Mark Cuban came out and said, "quote owning metaverse land is," what did he say, was stupid?
Yes.
What did he say?
Yes.
So Adam, are you stupid?
No. No. And he ain't either. You know,
no, he's not. Why do you think he said that?
I don't know why. I have no idea why he said that. I don't know. Maybe he's wanting to buy more. I don't know. Maybe
he's driving the price
down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mark Cuban's a smart guy. I follow him very closely on certain things, but that one right there,
all right, cool.
I was like, when he said that, I actually bought more.
Well, yeah, because the price went down. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, are we good? Are we ready to swap it out?
Yeah.
All right, you got my boy Zach coming up with a special guest again.
Yes.
I'm gonna lodge a complaint to somebody because I think I should have this special
Absolutely.
guest. Have a good one. We'll see you guys.
See you later.
What's happening, everybody? Hanging out with the man of the hour right here, Cesar Baccarella. Last night was a wild race, man. What a wild finish. Tell the people, if they weren't here, what went on, man.
Yeah, actually, last night was kind of a crazy night. Started out with the rain delay. I think we started racing around 10:30 at night.
Yep.
And race started. It was just crazy, kind of a Days of a Thunder kind of a movie, kind of a race. We had the highs, the lows, a couple incidents, and then at the end we're there where we wanted to be.
Yep.
And we got a little bad luck at the end, but we had a good effort. We had a good showing. That was the most important thing.
Tell the people about the car, wrapped in ClearCryptos.
Oh, the car looked great. That's one thing. I got a lot of comments on the car. Everybody saying, "Man, the car looks badass." Yep. They loved it. The color, the paint scheme on it. I think the race fans, one thing it is, they have pride in the paint scheme, the library on the car.
Yep.
I think last night you shoot under the lights. It's another thing. The cars pop more. It was very easy to spot. Just looked really good. But I was very proud to have ClearCryptos on the car. And like I said, we had a great showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the relationship you've built. Your team has built with ClearCryptos and how it's kind of come together in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it started. I think the relationship with Glenn. We started talking. Not too long back. Was another crypto company, and that went sour like real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of shows you how the crypto world is right now. I think what ClearCryptos is trying to do is change that.
Yeah.
Because the way the crypto is right now, I think we need a little change, clean up the spot.
Yeah.
And I think it's been great. The team and everything that Glenn's put together is just kind of putting like he's kind of building like the New York Yankees kind of players and bringing in and creating something new.
Yep.
And I think he's getting the best of the best. It's just bringing the A crew. It's the same thing as like racing. It's like, all right, who's the best at this? Who's the best at that? And bringing an A team together, and that's what he's creating. Which is, and I think the best thing is different. It's like you should talk about crypto. What does crypto do? You know, a lot of the common people I think he's trying to hit is all the people around the world.
Right.
But the common people that don't buy crypto.
Right.
A lot of people think, what's crypto? What does it do? All right, is it a coin with a dog on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. It's a coin with a dog, but what does it do? I think he's trying to change it. He's trying to change, you know, the whole market and try to bring crypto to the masses.
100%. No, you're so right. Spot on, man. And I think that's the big thing, right? There's only 5% of people right now in crypto.
Yeah.
95% of people are not. And what you said at the beginning is so important. So many people are not in because they see all these other things happening, right? The negative things, the fallouts of different companies here and there. And I don't want to be a part of that, right? And I think you're right. I think ClearCryptos is doing just that. They're changing the narrative. They're reaching a helping hand out to that 95% and saying, hey, this is the way, right?
Another thing too, I think he's wanted to do was one thing I brought up was buying crypto is not easy.
Yeah,
it's kind of a pain in the butt for
sure.
People's attention span nowadays is very, very short. You look at Amazon. Why is Amazon so successful? It's easy. Click of a button, 1, 2, 3. People's attention span is so quick. So you want to make it easy, and I think right now that's what they're trying to achieve is make it easy to buy crypto. Not so complicated. So I think that's another avenue that they're hitting.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, they're reaching out, especially starting in Puerto Rico, looking at countries like that have low GDP that their people need a restart. They need kind of a recharge, and I think crypto can enable that. We've seen what it's done with El Salvador, Bitcoin, adopting the country adopting Bitcoin as legal tender there. Honduras has been rumored there, so I think it's a great place to start, and I think it's just awesome to be a part of this with you, man. And last night was a ton of fun. Man, just talk about a little bit. You kind of dodged a bullet the first go around, but then that second pile up, man, that was wild, man. Just crazy.
People don't realize.
Take us through that experience, though.
Yeah, people don't realize that racing is a team sport.
Yeah,
it's just like any company, everything it takes a team to win. It's not just one person. You're only as good as your team are. Just like any company. You can have the best guy in the world having a company, but if you don't have your people underneath you and helping you make decisions, making the moves, nothing's gonna happen. I think last night you realize people when they see racing on TV, you don't know all the pieces and puzzles that come along. When you guys are hearing the radio, you see the spotter.
Yeah.
Spotter talking about, okay, what is he talking? He's my eyes and ears. Without him, I'm not gonna last 2 laps. Yeah. And the decisions we're making through the race. It's just the same thing when you have a corporation. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. You're making moves. And kind of yesterday was a strategy. We went up front. All of a sudden, teams like, get out of there because it was getting a little crazy. We went to the back, and then we chilled. And at the end, we started moving forward. Then it got a little crazy. Had to do a few accidents. One accident, I think I tried to dodge like 3 cars.
Yeah.
I felt like I was playing Mario Kart. Go left, go right, go left over here.
Right.
But it was, and then the last one was just green, white. There's 2 laps to go. We're running 7th. It's just go time. Yep. I'm 2 inches from the guys at bumper, and it's just like it was a big one. Took 10 of us out. We were there. It was fun. Yeah.
Wild, man. So just maybe to wrap it up, Caesar. So where do you think when you see this partnership 5-10 years down the line? I mean, what would you like to happen with just everything that's happening right now? I know it's just early, but just beginning. But where would you like to see it end?
I wanted it to be big. What I mean big is, but hit it in different aspects. And I think that's what drew me to this. That's why I want to be so part of it, is because they're hitting so many avenues. And I think it's just, if they're running it like a corporation, the way it should be. And like it says, like, what does it do? It's going to do this. It's going to do that. Education, security, that's the biggest problem. There's no security in crypto right now. Nope. So it's the trust factor. You want to bring trust to people. And then when you start doing, investing here, doing this, doing that, I think that's going to be the difference. So I think this is a long-term play. So people think like you're going to buy and then it's like, or you buy and then sell, and dump it. No, this ain't it. I think this is one of those things where you say, okay, this is going to be growing, and leave your money in it because it's going to just keep blowing up. Yep. And the longer it is, I think the more money is going to be involved. It's just this is a long-term investment. I think this is going to be around for a long time, and hopefully be one of the top coins out there for a long time.
I feel the same, man. It feels like getting into one of those great companies that we saw, like the Apples, the Microsofts of the world early on, right? It feels like something special is building here, man. So
it's something that we talk about later. Is like you always hear those conversations. Man, I wish I would have bought this at back in the day. I wish I would have bought that back then. I think this is it. So people, be smart. Listen, invest now because I think it's a long-term play and it's gonna pan out at the end.
100%, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Thanks,
and we'll turn it over to Hobbs and Justin, so they're gonna pop in.
All right. Good job, guys.
What is going on, everybody? And what's up? Oh, you want my hat on? What?
Your earmuffs.
Do I got earmuffs on? Oh, my bad, man. Hey, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at that. I'm sorry. I was just behind the screen being the technical guy. I'm not really good at being that guy, but I gave it a shot. So what is going on, everybody? And welcome back to, ClearCryptos, man. We absolutely love this thing. And as much as we come on here live streaming, we actually enjoy it. Like in real life, we enjoy it. So we wanted to kind of give you guys a taste of exactly what that looks like. Myself, Justin, never been on live before, actually live together.
Yeah.
Austin, yeah, I know, right? Austin, Adam, Zach, Nick, Luxide, Glenn, Caesar, everybody's here in person. Not to mention, we have our awesome mods here. Like, it's just been a very, very cool experience that we absolutely want to come on and share with you guys. We had this dope backdrop, this awesome skybox. We wanted to come on and share it with you. But as you know, myself and Justin, we're the technical analysis guys. So unfortunately, we got to hit you with the hammer and talk a little bit about the market. So what's going on, bro?
Yeah, so on Friday, was it? Yeah, it was Friday. We watched the carnage take place live in action. And I got to say, it was a sight. It was something that I've never seen before as far as the way the market dumped. Powell had a lot to say, I think, in his short 7 minutes. He kept it short and sweet. It's almost like, when you go to London and you hear those people who just walk around and they just stab people and then they just run.
Yeah.
It was like that. He just stabbed us and ran.
Straight up
And
brutal.
yeah, it straight murder. But, the key thing that I was looking at when he was speaking was, is he going to give the market certainty? Because that's what we've been waiting for. The past couple days, we just stood still. It's like the world stood still and we were just waiting for that announcement. What we got was more uncertainty. What does more uncertainty give us? It gives us more fear. And we saw fear as red candles and a lot of them. So, where does the market go from here? I think, Hobbs, that's a great question. So where does the market go from here? Do we recover? Like, where do we go?
No. See, you ain't do the market justice. Look,
Okay.
let's just clarify what happened. The market ran up to 421 on the S&P 500, guys. 421 a share on the S&P 500. After his 8-minute speech, Jerome Powell tanked the market $1 trillion in a matter of 15 minutes. We went from 421 and ended the day at 405, 405, give or take, after hours. The crypto market directly after that lost about $79 billion in actual market value. When we're looking at the grand scheme of things, this man, and we've talked about it in the shop before, Jerome Powell has the power to change the sentiment of the market. He did nothing fundamentally that changed the market. Instead, he used his words to scare the market. It's always by design to have the Fed tank the market or make the markets rally. This particular situation, he basically came out, like Justin says, with a Ginsu knife. He came out very, very strategic, and he let us know this is not going to feel good, but I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear, which is there's more pain to come. That being said, as the market just starts to, head to the downside, one thing you guys want to do is film or tune into the crypto shop. That's number one. You definitely want to go over there and check out the crypto shop. And you want to make sure that you're waiting for the right entries, not just on, any downside that you see. It's okay to buy on red candles, but it's more important to understand exactly how the market works. Know your support levels. I'll give you an example. Shiba Inu, we were here about 3 months ago, I think, or 4 months ago in Vegas with ClearCryptos. Shiba Inu was at a 5076 level. We told everybody, not only in the crypto shop, but also in that meeting, this is a great opportunity to buy Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, since that point, ran from 5076 to 4018 about maybe a week or two ago. And now here we are again. Shiba Inu is down at a very, very strong support level at 4012. 4012 is a great position to enter, but it's not where you add all of your money. It's a good position to add, or it's a good place to add money. And it's very, very important to kind of look at the overall picture of things. So that's kind of my view on the market.
Yeah, I think that the market will recover in time. However, there's more pain to come. And I think in his speech, the thing that I cued in most to is the fact that the economy isn't reacting the way that they feel like it should. The Fed's job is to slow the economy's growth, and the economy's growth is not slowing. People are still getting hired from jobs, or there are more job openings than ever before. Unemployment is still low, and hence inflation is still high. And one thing that we talked about a lot too was we wanted to see inflation come down. We wanted to see it peak, but we also want to see it to continue to drop over time. And I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to see that on this next report. Maybe on this next report, we might see a little drop, but the one after that, I definitely think that we're not going to see a drop. And that scares me, that worries me for the economy. And so knowing this now allows you to prepare for the future and get into positions like Sheeb or Cardano or Matic or whatever play you want to get into. It can put you in that position now to where you can invest early before the pump happens at sport levels before the move.
Yeah. And then one thing to keep in mind is history repeats itself. The markets do too. We've been here before. Back in March, we saw inflation decrease, meaning CPI data came down. The very next month, I think it was April or May, CPI numbers came up, inflation started to increase again. The fact that we got such a heavy dip on inflation, CPI, from 9.1% down to about 8.5%. Very nice dip. But what if that's just a temporary pullback? What if we haven't seen the worst of it yet? I'm not saying that the feds have the inside scoop, but they definitely understand data and have way more data than we do. Mm-hmm. The way that the Fed, Jerome Powell, came out and spoke yesterday, it's almost as if he was giving us a warning of things to come. And the thing is, when the market hears stuff like that, they will react to it. And losing 3% on the S&P 500 and 600 points on the Dow is a very, very clear-cut sign that the market could be retracing, or even worse yet, headed for a reversal to the downside.
Yeah, hitting potentially new bottoms, which is kind of funny because we talked about the bear market. Yeah. I think we talked about it on the last stream too.
Yeah, we did.
But the difference in this particular drop is we talked about it being slow and steady. This ain't slow and steady. So I don't know what this is yet. I'm still trying to digest it, but I would have liked to see that drop be a little bit slower, just a little bit. So,
Absolutely.
But I think we're getting kicked off the stream. I think we're switching up. So hopefully we'll be back a little bit later though.
Yeah, we hate to be, no pun intended, the bearers of bad news.
We got to do it.
This is a bear market, and this is ClearCryptos education. So when we come on these streams, you guys already know, good, bad, or ugly, or indifferent, we're going to bring you the facts. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We're going to bring in the next group. We're loving the fact that we are able to live stream and bring you the real faces of everybody. So you just don't know we're not just puppets behind the window. So, all right, brother.
All right.
Thanks.
Somebody say puppets. Sorry, that's from another kind of thing. Yeah, please go ahead and hit the like button, guys. We have a great panel here of individuals that have been really, really informative of a lot of different things. Look, I mean, you've seen so many different personalities come up here. A lot have a ton of experience in the field. You've even heard from our driver here, Caesar. Just really, really special kind of, situation here for you guys to observe. However, I do want to go ahead and bring out one of our moderators here. And this individual has been extremely helpful in many ways in Clear Crypto. And I just want to show that we do have gratitude even to, again, whether it be live streamers, moderators, Discord people, what have you. We are a robust team of individuals with a lot of different expertise. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Kat or Jason. Justin. Sorry, Justin. My apologies.
That's okay.
My apologies,
People
Justin.
have been doing that my whole life. Justin.
Justin.
Yes, sir.
My apologies. It's call me Nick. So, okay. Clear Cryptos. It's obviously something that's completely different for, again, for yourself, for all of us here. How were you introduced to the space?
The crypto space and all?
Well, crypto space and then Clear Cryptos.
So my introduction to the crypto space was just watching the mayhem with Doge and then the whole Shiba craze.
Yeah.
Bought it, had really no idea about it. And then I was like, I need to go research this matter. So I actually went to my first influencer was Austin, who I went to.
Yeah.
And then, I actually discovered Zach, and then kind of cheated on him, went to Zach. Sorry, Austin.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you cheat on influencers or not. But
oh my gosh.
It is what it is. But hey, sorry, not sorry. So I just started getting into the Discord, just really soaking in knowledge. I just came in just completely knowing nothing, asked a lot of questions, just got a lot of great insights from the moderators like Boca, Alberto, Daniel. Alberto. I know you gotta have a little accent.
I always do that.
I know.
Every time I see him in a live stream, I'm always like, I see Alberto. And I'm like, I have to add like the accent to it for some reason. I know. Go ahead.
Yeah. But then, just they took me under their wing. I really learned a lot from them, became a moderator.
Yeah.
And then really started, seeing this thing about ClearCryptos and just wanted to absorb as much information as I could about it.
Sure. What intrigued you for it?
What intrigued me about it was more so a project that wanted to develop something before just pushing a token out there and having people fund the project. There are actually people who want to build things out and have something that people can use from day one.
Right. Okay. So in that case, I mean, look, you're absolutely right. I've seen the same thing. ClearCryptos is definitely in the position to develop something first, to perfect it first. And I find that to be extremely valuable to its investors. Anyone who's looking to invest into ClearCrypto, you're looking at, something that has been very, very carefully developed, extremely with the fine-tooth comb kind of developed. And it's not funded by the community. It's not funded by early investors. It's not funded by anyone but the team that's behind ClearCrypto, which is they're taking their own resources and developing this thing. Right, it's kind of like there's a thing in the space called promise coins, right? Promise coins are coins that promise you the world and say, all right, pay me up front and I'll give it to you. This is definitely not that.
Exactly. Yeah, it was just what you were saying. Just always hearing the word the future comes to mind.
Yes.
We're the future of this. We're the future of that. So, it just you never see that future materialize.
Right. Right. And that's a very common occurrence in cryptocurrency where, you do have these promise coins, this promise space that are, pay me now, we'll provide later kind of deal. And then it never comes into fruition. And that's quite unfortunate for, again, for the space. There's investors who've been burned by this trust that they've provided to individuals. I mean, there's certain things even now in development, that there's a lot of a lot of push into oh, we want this to happen right now because to solve all these really cool problems, that we're having and we're just providing solutions, but it just doesn't happen. ClearCryptos is definitely providing solutions, but they're already having something ready to go.
Exactly. One thing I do like is the educational content.
Yes.
I've been absorbing that. Just anytime a video comes out, I'm just absorbing it, watching it. Even myself has been part of several different launches where, they promise a lot, but they don't really come there or get there. Just seeing that content out there where they want people to learn and get an idea of what the space is, hopefully will attract the masses into crypto and hopefully into ClearCryptos.
Yeah. The educational content is extremely valuable. One of the things that I often see is, people not really understanding how to operate within the crypto space,
Exactly.
but to provide a online encyclopedia, so to speak, with different experiences and a lot of industry knowledge is super helpful. If you don't mind going into what is it that you find to be, one of your favorite things that you've come across?
My favorite video so far is actually the Fear and Greed Index.
Nice.
That was I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't really know the ins and outs of it. I just knew what one side or the other side meant. So having that broken down for me definitely was an eye-opening experience, and definitely kind of helped me learn more about how to analyze and use that in my decisions when I buy crypto.
Yeah, eye-opening, very, very eye-opening. A lot of people have actually mentioned that the content on ClearCryptos on this YouTube channel, by the way, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe down below, because you will find that a lot of the information that we're speaking about right now is indeed eye-opening. It's put into terms and put in the way that it can really help benefit the individual on, hey, you got a question about this? Go ahead and ask the question and maybe we can answer it. And if not, put out a comment, let us know that you want that question answered. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to do a video about it to make sure that you have the content necessary to answer the questions that you answered. Awesome. As far as, I guess, the last thing I'd like to ask you, and I know I'm putting you on the spot there, but
don't worry about it. You're all set.
So, as far as how your experience is working with ClearCrypto, right? So you work in a different capacity than I do. I'm a live streamer. I do content, but you work the back, kind of like the back rooms. You're looking at, the either the good players or bad players. You know how, just the background talk sounds. What is your observation and how things are happening on the back end, and how is it that you how enjoyable or not enjoyable is it working alongside the rest of the team in the back end?
It's an amazing thing to watch people like Muzz, Boca, Roberto, and everybody just kind of be focused and put their time and effort and do something that they like to do. So, the sentiment is just, it's positive. Everybody wants everyone to succeed.
Yes.
There's strong leadership in the background as well, making all the parts move and things like that. Overall, it's really refreshing to see that kind of these people just come together to want to put something out into the community that's positive, as opposed to this toxic DeFi space that we deal with on a constant basis.
The toxic DeFi space. Oh boy. Yeah, that space can definitely have its ups and downs. I've been definitely in the space, as some may know, dealing with a bunch of different things, but it is extremely unique in how it operates, right? It's its own living and breathing thing, and many people.
Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Look, I know this is unorthodox. I do apologize. Listen. Guys, I got a special announcement to make. And I'm saying this because I am one of the biggest Chicago fans you guys will ever meet. But you know that you are in a special project, ClearCryptos Alpha Prime Suite. We have just confirmed that the GOAT, Michael Jordan, is next door in our suite. Like, we are at this, we're in the suite. I swear to God, I just saw him.
GOAT?
He is, his Denny Hamlin's team is MJ23. You can Google it. And Denny Hamlin's team is right next door, and Jordan is in the freaking suite next to him. So let's go, ClearCryptos. I'm telling you guys, this thing is going crazy. My heart is beating because I am probably the biggest Michael Jordan fan on YouTube, and I'm doing everything in my power not to burst through the door and be like, "Hey, what's up, MJ?" You know what I mean? So I do. Again, I apologize for making this stream a little bit awkward, but if you're watching this right now, Hobbs is about 10 feet away from Michael Jordan right now, and it's because I came. I took the ticket and I got on the train. That's why I'm here, and I'm very, very excited. I'm nervous. I'm fucking shaking right now. I'm not joking. I do apologize for the cursing on camera, but it's MJ. And anybody that oh my God, anybody that doesn't believe he's the GOAT, boy, I'm pumped. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I do apologize. All right, you guys go back to it.
Well, excellent. That was pretty interesting. So Michael Jordan's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. That is a shocker. Wow, very, very interesting kind of news. Okay, maybe we can get his autograph. Maybe that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd get scored out the building, one or the other.
Yeah, right? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the ClearCryptos YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe down below. Make sure you comment what you'd like to see next. Guys, I guess I'm going to go get an autograph. You want to go get an autograph?
Let's go get an autograph.
Let's go get an autograph.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your evening.